Hi everybody, it is Dr. Elizabeth McIngvale here, and I wanted to just give you guys a quick update on where I'm at and how life is now for me with obsessive compulsive disorder. So I know a lot of you have watched my video online when I was struggling, probably when I was about 17 years old or so, and obviously I'm much older and I'm in a different stage of my life than I was back then, but I certainly still have OCD and wanted to share a little bit of that. So one of the questions was, what is it like now living with obsessive compulsive disorder? And I will tell you that it is certainly drastically different, right? I have learned how to manage my symptoms, and I've certainly gotten to a place in my life where I accept my OCD for what it is. It is a mental health condition that I will always live with, but it's also something that's treatable and something that if I do and take the right steps, so if I'm actively engaging in my therapy, I can manage my illness and live a productive, successful life. So it certainly doesn't mean that I don't have OCD. I certainly still have OCD. I still do outpatient therapy, but the place that I'm at now where I manage my symptoms, I have a full-time job, I'm engaged and in a relationship and have healthy family relationships is so much different and so much better than I ever would have imagined back when I was first in the throes and in the middle of my OCD struggles. As I've kind of continued to learn how to manage my illness and what it's like to actually be able to live a successful life despite my diagnosis, one of the things that I have found most helpful is always setting specific yet obtainable goals. These goals are so important because they help remind us what we're fighting for. So for me, my goal was graduating high school, and then my goal became graduating college, and now it's to continue to help and impact people with OCD. And these goals are just things that we're really setting our eye on, and they allow us to really engage in OCD treatment, right? So at the end of the day, if my goal is just to wake up in the morning and have a day that's okay, right, it can be kind of defeating. But if my goal, in fact, is to wake up in the morning and positively impact people with OCD, it gives me a mission and a goal that I should fight towards and a reason to really engage in the hard therapy. Therapy's hard, and we need to have those goals for why we want to do it, right? It's important for us to engage in therapy and fight our OCD so that we can positively impact other people's lives, so that we can have healthy relationships, so that we can graduate high school, college, whatever it might be. I think goals are so valuable and so important, and such an important part of motivation so that we can have and maintain motivation throughout our treatment process. The last thing I'll touch on is speaking about mental health. A lot of you may live with a mental health condition or might be going through some struggles, some anxiety, some pain, or maybe you know someone who is. What I will say is that reaching out, speaking out, and talking to others can be life-changing and life-saving. For me, being able to talk about my illness has allowed me and encouraged me to stay on top of my OCD so that I can positively help other people. And it reminds me that I've got to do my work if I want other people to be successful and be doing theirs. And I'll also say the importance of having a support system and people you can rely on and talk to is not just so important, but it's often critical. When we're struggling, we have to have people we can talk to. We have to have people that feel safe. And so it's so important to find that network and build that yourself. Thank you so much for taking the time to focus on OCD and for sharing my story. I certainly am not somebody who no longer lives with OCD. I live with OCD every day. But I am a picture of somebody who can manage my illness. No matter what you're going through or what your struggles might be, help and hope are always available. Have a good day.